Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now and you are able to hear me properly. If there is any problem with my voice or you are not able to hear me or there is some other problem, do let me know in the chat section if there's a problem with my video or the quality of the screencast, because of course my video is not important. The quality of the screencast and my voice is very important. Okay, so if there is any problem with that, do let me know. I will just open up the live chat in my other laptop so that I'm able to see that as well. Just wait for a second, guys. Okay, so I will just see my channel. Hey everyone, it's great to see you all live with me. Okay, so I hope that you know already what is the today's lesson about. So, yeah. With my voice and with the screencast that I'm showing to you guys, there should not be any problem with that. If there's a problem with my own video, it is okay because I was not able to connect my webcam with my laptop, so I'm just using the webcam of my laptop itself. So that is really very bad quality. Okay, so yes, I'm able to see your chat as well. I hope that you guys know what is today's topic. If you do not know, we will be starting with data types and operators in Python. I will not be wasting any time. We will directly be starting with that. So, guys, it is very important for you to listen very carefully about what I am going to say about attendance. Please everyone, just stop writing hey in the live chat. Try to focus, try to learn as much as you can from this live session. That is the main objective why you are here to study, not to write hey hi or all those kind of stuff. You do not need to install anything. Everything will be done online on the browser itself. There is no installation of any type. The only thing that I demand from you guys is you must have a Google account. That's everything that I want. A Google account is something that you need to have. Okay, I'm saying Google again and again, and on my phone it has got okay Google. So that's the thing. Yeah. Everybody be ready. Okay, we will be like going through everything very fast. If you have missed something, if you have missed a point, it is on YouTube. You can just rewind it a little bit and hear it again. Until and unless you are not able to understand what I am saying, okay, you are not able to understand a single word, only then use the live chat. Otherwise, not. Okay, use the live chat only in that case when you're not even able to understand what I'm saying. Okay, that's the only thing that you need to like know about the live chat. Secondly, for the attendance within the video at any point of time. Okay, for the attendance, guys, I'm talking about the attendance right now. Please pay focus on this. I will not be repeating it again. Attendance. So for attendance, in every day, in every video, randomly I will be showing the link for the attendance. What you have to, for just 30 seconds it will be on the screen. You have to take a screenshot of that particular link. Okay, you will be given up till 12 midnight till that particular day to fill up your attendance using that form. If you are not able to do so for the entire 7 days, every day you will be getting a new link. I'll be showing it on my screen. The entire screen would be the link itself. You have to take a screenshot. It will be on the screen for 30 seconds. Okay, and then you will be like you will just have to fill it by midnight itself. Okay, I will be showing the attendance link at any point of time during the video itself. That you should remember. If there is any problem with the video quality or anything, just let me know. Okay, yes, please just stop with the unnecessary comments. Use your live chat only if you want to answer some question. Okay, and please refrain from any type of obscenity. Okay, do not use any swear words or anything in the live chat, otherwise we'll be banning you from our sessions. So let's get started, guys. I will not be wasting any further time. So what you have to do first is when you are when you are opening the particular video, okay, let's just see what you are seeing on your own screen. Okay, So when you are opening this particular video, when you are in this particular video, in the description itself, when you go to the description, you will be able to see a particular link to the notebook. I will just like enhance the screen size. Okay, are you guys able to see right now? There will be a particular okay, I'll just like move it down. Yeah, there will be a particular day one. We will be working with data types and operators in Python. Just you will be able, screen is not clear. Is that a problem with everyone, that the screen is not clear? Like the entire, I'm not talking about myself. You do not have to see me. Okay, you have to see the entire screen, what is written on the screen itself. There is no problem, or there is some problem? No, it's clear. No, it's clear. It's clear. So there is some problem with your own internet. Okay, I'm streaming it, I think so, on like you can go up till 1080 and 60. So I've just started the screening from my end as well, so it is clear from my end. So yeah, so on the description you will be able to see day one we will be working with data types and operators in Python, and there will be a link to the notebook. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to click on this particular link and open it in new tab. Okay, just right click on it and then click on open link in new tab. So when you will be going to that particular link, you will be able to see this GitHub page where we have put everything, like whatever I'm going to teach today, I will be using this. There are code sections which you can like use to answer questions. You can practice on your own as well. Everything that I will be teaching would be from this itself. Okay, this is something that I myself have made. Okay, so everything would be of top-notch quality. Okay, so you can easily like study, revise and everything. So it contains both notes as well as many important points as well. Okay, so this is what we'll be using for today and for the future lessons as well. Okay, so we have to cover this entire notebook today, please bear in mind. So I will not be like answering every single question, because I'm able to see that you people are not taking up seriously. You are again like just writing things in the live chat section, which is not necessary. Okay, so if you like just like if you are able to just like cool down a little bit and just focus upon what I am saying, okay, so that's something that you need to pay attention on. So what you have to do is just open up a new tab as well. Okay, just open up a new tab and then search for collab, Google, Google. Okay, and COLAB, collab. You have to search for Google Collab. This is very important, guys. You have to search for Google Collab. As you are able to see, Google Collab you have to search for. The first link would be collab.research.google.com. This is very important, guys. Okay, this is very important. Google Collab will be something that we will be using for everything that we are going to do in the next 7 days, including the final project would be done on Google Collab. You only need one thing, that is your Google account, to become a good data scientist. You do not even need a laptop. Okay, so that's the thing that I'm trying to focus upon. Just open it up in a new tab or in that particular tab itself. Once you have opened it up, there will be something like this. If you have not logged in, okay, if you have not made your account, Google account or something like that, okay, the first thing that will be opening up would be something like this. There will be examples, recent, Google Drive, GitHub. You have to click on GitHub. Okay, you have to click on GitHub. So Google authentication from GitHub. So I will just authorize Google Collab to use GitHub. We'll just put on my password as well. Okay, you are being redirected. Google Collaboratory is okay. So once you have done that particular thing, okay, so this is something that will be opening up. So what we'll be doing is we will be going back to the particular link. Okay, in the description there is a particular link. Okay, we clicked on it, we right clicked on it, it opened up in a new page. This particular link we will be copying. Okay, just right click on it and then copy. So we copied the link that is present in our particular description. We went to that particular link, we right clicked on it, we said copy. We need to come back to Google Collaboratory after we have selected GitHub. Okay, there will be examples, recent, Google Drive, and then GitHub. You have to select GitHub. You have to enter a GitHub URL or search by the organization or user. Here, instead of Shaurya Sinha ML, what I will be doing is I will be right clicking on it and selecting paste. This is the link that is present in the description, guys. I've opened up the link, I've copied the link from here, I've come to Google Collaboratory, I have clicked on GitHub. Okay, I pasted the link here in this particular field where I have to paste the GitHub URL. Once that has been pasted, I have to go to the right particular side and click on this particular search button. Okay, if somebody is stuck somewhere, I have explained each and every step very clearly. What you have to do is you have to just click on that particular red dot in your YouTube rewind section. You can just rewind the particular lecture a little bit and you can learn, like revise it one more time. It has been explained very clearly, guys. If you have missed a particular point, you just can just move it a little bit back and you will be able to see it. Okay, so yeah. Let's just click on search. Rishabh Kumar. I also use a MacBook. I'm able to see the live chat on a MacBook itself. So that's the thing. Okay, once you have opened up the particular notebook in Google Collaboratory, just let me make you understand what Google Collaboratory is. See, Google has a lot of servers that are just like lying around and like they are not using it a lot. Okay, so these servers, they have provided it to you guys. Okay, these servers contain the i7 10th gen, 11th gen, the Nvidia Tesla graphics that are almost of 6 to 8 lakhs per graphic card. Okay, so you are getting this type of configuration for you to practice upon, and you do not even need a particular laptop. Okay, you can do this entire thing in your tablet because it's only a browser. Okay, you can do it in your tablet, you can do it in your particular mobile phone as well. So this is what Google is focusing upon, that you are able to study, you are able to practice something without even having the best of the materials available for you, because not everybody can afford a particular good laptop of 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees. So that's the thing what Google is focusing upon. So once this notebook has opened up, you have to click here on connect. Okay, click to connect. As you are able to see, just click on connect. It will change to allocating, then connecting, then initializing, and then it will be showing connected. Once it is showing green and connected, okay, then we'll get started. The attendance will be taken at any point of time. Okay, the link to the attendance will be given at any point of time. We'll just randomly open up the link for just 30 seconds. You will have up till tonight 12 to fill up that particular form. If you are missing the deadline for that particular day, you are not getting any attendance. Okay, and these certificates will be given only to those students who have attended for the entire 7 days, who I am able to see the attendance for the entire 7 days. Okay, so the link to this repo is in the description of this particular video. As you are able to see, the link to the notebook is in the description for this particular video. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Data types and operators in Python. First of all, if there is someone who is extremely new into programming, don't worry, we'll be going through every single thing. Okay, I'm expecting you guys to know nothing about programming itself. Okay, so this is how I want my students to be, so that I'm able to teach them everything from scratch. If there is someone who knows a lot, you are also welcome, guys. Of course, there will be something for you guys to learn as well. But yeah, so let's get started, guys. Data types and operators. Welcome to this particular lesson on data types and operators. Here you will be learning about the different data types that are there, operators, built-in functions, and many other things that we are going to study in this particular notebook. Now try to understand this particular thing, that when you are doing programming, okay, for example, you have a particular question in which you have to count the number of people. Okay, you have to count how many people are present in a particular room. What you will be doing? Will you be counting can there be 4.5 people? Is it possible to have 4.5 people? And that is not possible. Okay, you cannot have a half human being just laying around in that particular wedding. yeah, that's the other case if someone has been murdered and he has been cut down from the torso. But yeah, but in the normal case, it is not possible to have 4.5 human being. So in that particular point of time, you need a particular container. So you are storing, you want to store how many people are there present in a particular room. You want to store that particular number in a particular variable. Okay, what is a variable? A variable is a particular container. Think of it as a container, as a box in which you can store data. Okay, in which you can store different types of data. Now as I've said, you can store different types of data. That means there are different data types. Okay, for example, it can be when you're counting a particular person, you want that particular number to be a whole number. Okay, you want it from like 0, 1, 2, 3. You want the numbers to be like that. In other case, for example, you want to count how many bottles of champagne. Okay, how many bottles of champagne has been consumed in the past 1 hour? It could be 3 how many liters of how many liters of champagne has been consumed in the past 1 hour? It could be 3 liter and 45 ml. That is 3.045 liters. You want to express that particular variable, that particular data in terms of like decimal points. You want to express it in terms of decimal points. There may be other case when you want to store the data. For example, what was the name of the brand of for example, what is the thing that women wear in gown? Okay, what was the brand name of that particular gown that the woman in the wedding was wearing? The name is a particular string. You want to it is not an integer, it is a particular string, it's a name. You want to store that particular name somewhere. So that is another type of data that is available to you, called as strings. It may be possible that you want to store, for example, like is that particular person, okay, is it a gay marriage or is it a like normal marriage? You want to store that. Is the particular like wedding a gay marriage or is a normal marriage? If you want to store that, then that would be either be true or false. The question is it a gay marriage? It can be either true or it can be the false. So you want to store the data true or false in the variable. So that is where booleans comes in. Booleans is either true or either small. So that is the different kinds of data types that are available to you. Now these data types, for example, you want to add two particular numbers, you want to subtract two particular numbers, you want to concatenate a particular name. So you want to take the first name and you want to concatenate the second name or behind of that. So all these kind of things that you want to do, these are called as operations. Think of it as a particular like a human body. You have 2-3 human bodies and you want to put one particular thing and put it into something else. So that is the operations that you want to do, and the operations are done by operators. These can be arithmetic operators, for example, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Don't worry if you're not able to, if you're not able to understand this, please do not worry. I am going to this entire notebook today 1.5 hours. Even if it be 2 hours, I will be taking 2 hours to make you understand every single detail of this particular notebook. I want each student to go home and tell their friends that this was the best damn lecture of my entire life. Okay, so that is what my like aim is. So let's get started, guys. We will be looking at everything. So please try to be like very positive about it. Okay, so yeah, print function in Python. So we'll be starting with the most easiest thing that is available in Python. Okay, so I will just ban this particular person from the chat. Hide this user, use timeout, remove. Okay, so like a report, let's report that particular person, unwanted commercial content or spam. Okay, so I don't think so they will be able to answer it more. Okay, so let's take up print function in Python. You will be seeing this particular print function very frequently in Python programming. Okay, in any particular programming language, when you go, the first thing that you are like learning is print. Okay, that you want to print hello world in Python, or you want to print hello world in C++. That's the first step. Okay, so let's take this particular first step together and let's try to print 2 plus 7 and 2 star 7. Okay, in programming, okay, in programming, star means multiplication. Okay, so it's not x in programming, it's star, asterisk. Okay, so you will be seeing that even though you have written the 2 lines of code, only the last lines of code on the screen gets executed. So in Collab, when you want to execute a particular, so this is a particular code section. Okay, when you want to execute it, you can do two things. First of all, you can click on this particular button, this particular play button. Okay, when you're clicking on that particular button, it will tag, okay, this notebook is not authored by Google falana dimkana, and then it will run automatically. The second thing to do to run this particular code block, you can click on shift, okay, and then enter. Click on shift, okay, and then enter. So that will also run that particular block of code. Okay, so yeah, so if you are able to see this, when you are writing 2 plus 7, okay, that is 2 plus 7 is 9. Okay, so 9 should be the output, and the second thing is 2 into 7, that is 14. But when you are running this particular 2 lines of code, you are getting 14 in your output and not 9. 9 is not there in the output. Now why is this that particular case? This is very important to understand. Okay, so you will see that even though you have written 2 lines of code, only the last line of code gets executed and gets outputted to the particular output. Okay, now this happens, okay, this happens because you haven't told Python what to do this with this particular 2 plus 7. Python does not know. Okay, 2 plus 7, Python knows 9. But once that 9 has been calculated, Python does not know, okay, what should I do with that particular 9? Should I store it somewhere? Should I output it to the particular output section? I don't know that. Okay, so this is what this is where print comes in. Okay, print is a very helpful, useful built-in function that is present, that displays the input value as text in the output. So for example, when I'm running that particular 2 lines of code by writing print, okay, in front of them, print, and then in brackets, whatever the input is, okay, whatever the input is, that will get outputted as text on your screen. Okay, so here you are able to see when you are telling Python, okay, 2 plus 7, okay, Python is telling, okay, 9 bro. Now what to do with that particular 9? You are telling him, okay, print that particular output, okay, print that particular 9 as an output to the screen of my user. This is where print comes in. Okay, so print is you are able to print 9 and 14 both on the screen. Okay, the next thing is print hello world. So this is what most people consider okay, I have written hello world in that particular language, I know that language pretty darn well, and this is absolutely false. So yeah, but still, for the sake of the pratha, let's start with print hello world, and you will be able to get hello world on your screen. So if you are able to see here very closely, whatever was present in between the inverted commas, that was getting printed on the screen. Okay, try to understand this, that whatever was present in between the commas, that was printed on the screen. This is the data type strings. So string is a particular data type in which whatever is present inside the inverted commas is the data that you want to store. Okay, so try to understand in that particular way. Let's move on to arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operator is a mathematical function that takes in 2 operands. Here operands are the numbers on which you perform the operations and perform a calculation upon them. So you have 2 particular numbers, also called as operands. See, try to understand this, that technical language is very important for your interview purposes. You will be saying, "Arey number bol do, kaun sa hi farak pad jayega." But the thing is, if you are not using technical language like operands, operators in a particular interview language, that is just not good enough for you. Okay, so let's take a particular previous example. Okay, for example, we are taking the previous example here. 2 and 7 were the operands. Okay, and the star asterisk symbol, that is multiplication symbol, was the operator. Okay, so the operator performs operations on the operands to provide you a particular result. So this is a tongue twister that is extremely famous. So yeah, so that is for if you are not from mathematics as well, but still try to understand this. Okay. Just You guys know that your name is visible on the screen, Jachank Tripathi. I can just search for your name in my particular list of students, and I can ban you from any further classes. So that is also something that you need to take care on. Okay, so yeah, moving forward. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponentiation, and divides and round down to the nearest integer. These are the most famous uh, arithmetic operators that are present. Addition is self-explanatory. The first four are self-explanatory. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, everyone knows. Modulus is the remainder that we obtain after dividing. So when you divide one number by the another, the remainder that is obtained is that particular answer to this particular modulus operation. Exponentiation is also self-explanatory, I guess, that 1 to the power 4 or 2 to the power 3 to 2 star star 3 would be written. Also to note that in other languages sometimes the caret symbol is being used, but in Python we use this asterisk asterisk double asterisk to denote exponentiation. Okay, so I guess I have just linked it on here. The last is divide and rounds down to the nearest integer. So the double division, okay, the double division, also called as integral division, division, is when you are dividing one number by another, and then whatever the result is, okay, you are rounding it down to the nearest integer. So for example, if your result is 9 divided by 9 divide by 2, okay, 9 double division by 2 is equals to 4.5, okay, but it will be rounded down to the nearest integer, that is 4. So the answer would be 4. Okay, I know that many of you might know all these kind of stuff, but there were almost 3,000 people who didn't knew Python. So that's the particular thing. And when you are just writing something on the particular live chat, genuine questions are being ignored. Okay, so please try to understand that. Okay, yeah, moving forward, tasks. So if you people are interested, you can open up this particular notebook in your account, okay, and then you can do these all tasks, and you will improve your own knowledge while you are doing this. So this is also something very important, guys. Your knowledge will also increase by doing all these particular questions. Attendance link, as I have already said, I will be showing the attendance link randomly at any point of time. Okay, so I will be showing it for 30 seconds only. Sir, please go some slow. Okay, so okay, I will go a little bit slow. I'm sorry if I was going a little bit fast. I'm extremely sorry for that. Okay, yeah. So moving forward, I have also put out the expected output so that you can check it on your behalf as well. Okay, so yeah, order of operators. Now when you are performing these operations, for example plus, minus, multiplication, division, you can just write a particular mathematical equation as 2 plus 3 star 5. Okay, and you will think the answer would be either 25. So I can do, okay, 2 plus 5, it's 5, 2 plus 3 is 5, and then 5 into 5. So 2 plus 3 is 5 and 5 into 5 is 25. Or I can do one more thing, that okay, 3 into 5, okay, 3 into 5 is 15, and then I will add 2 to it, and that would be 17. So my answer could be either 25 or 17. This is very important for us to know. Okay, but how can I of course the answer is 17, everyone knows that, but many of you might not know that. So why are we computing 3 into 5 first, and then we are computing 2 we are adding 2 to it? This is what order of operators are. Okay, order of operators or precedence is something that some of the operators are given much more for example preference when it comes to mathematics. Okay, so it's the same rule as mathematics as well. So for those who are familiar with Python, okay, with at least mathematics itself, they will be able to understand this very clearly. So first, the preference would be given for anything that is present inside a bracket. So for example, if there is 4 plus 5 or 4 minus 5 present inside a bracket, first that will be solved. After that, it will be focusing upon exponents. Once all the brackets have been normalized, it will then be focusing upon any exponents that are present. So for example, 4 plus 5 star star 2. So it will be first computing 5 star star 2. Okay, it will be first doing the exponents. Then the next is given to division and multiplication. So both are given the same preference. So if there is division or multiplication, that will be given the same preference. How to solve it? You have to solve it from left to right. Okay, so for example, there are like 5 or 6 division and 7 or 8 multiplication present. You will have to solve it from the left. So if it's the first is a division, you will first solve that, then division, then multiplication, then division. So you have to start from the left and go towards the right. And the lowest preference is given to addition and subtraction. Now for addition and subtraction, you need to understand it's the same with division and multiplication. If there is a lot of addition and subtraction, you will not be choosing anything but going from left to right. So the first addition or subtraction to the right additions or subtraction. That is how you are solving it into lines. Now you can even remember this by a small acronym that is very famous, BEDMAS. Okay, bracket of exponents, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Okay, so that is a small abbreviation called as BEDMAS. Okay. Okay, sir, if addition and division comes means, for example, if there is a particular statement, for example, you are able to see 2 plus 3 star 5. If the question had been 2 plus 3 divided by 5, so what you will be choosing? You will be choosing division or addition. Of course, you will be choosing division first. You will be dividing 3 by 5 first, because according to BEDMAS, division comes, the order of precedence of division comes before addition. So that's why. Okay. Why was 14 printed earlier without print command? So you have to understand this, that this is a particular IDE. Collab is a particular IDE. Okay, Python has an inbuilt statement in which whatever, if a number or a particular thing has been put up, it will be considering that as an output. The last statement will be considered as an output if you are not telling Python what to do with it. Okay, so this is what Python is doing right now. Okay, moving forward, this is another question that you can perform. Okay, just please try to perform, write the code of these questions by yourself, then you will be able to understand it much more in a much more deeper sense. Okay, moving forward, I will not be using Hindi. If someone is having a particular problem with that, please try to understand that when you are going for a particular interview, you will not be using Hindi there. Okay, you will be using English. So you have to understand English. If someone is having any problem with that, I cannot do anything. Okay, we will be continuing a particular class in English itself. Because people are coming from other platforms as well, like other countries as well, so we need to be very accommodating of those people as well. Okay, so these are the questions that you can please try to answer them. I put the expected output as well. Okay, now variables is very important in any programming language, whether it be in Python, C++ or something else. Okay, there's a problem with my green screen. I will just remove it. No problem in that. Okay, let's do one thing. I will just remove it from the screen itself. Okay, I hope that's perfectly fine with you guys. Okay, I'm sorry if my face was a little bit distracting for some people, but yeah. So variables are something that is very important in programming language, and they are used in all the time in Python or in any programming language in general. Okay, using variables in place of direct numbers has very many advantages. For example, you have to do something daily. Okay, you have to do something daily. Won't be it be better to provide a particular like number? For example, you want to pay to ICICI Bank for your credit score every month 3,000 for taking the credit card itself. Okay, so won't it be better, like, every time you don't have to enter 3,000? Okay, you do not have to enter 3,000 every single time. 3,000 will already be present on your screen. You just have to click on enter and the payment will be made. So this is what like variables do. Variables store a particular data. Okay, variables store data. Variables are used to store information, to store data that can be referenced and manipulated in a computer program. Okay, you can store a particular data. You can like add like increase that data, decrease that data, change that data. Okay, so this is what variables are used for. Creating a new variable in Python is very simple when compared to other languages. In other languages, you have to write int or bool or string in front of these variables. In Python, you just have to write the variable name, declare the particular variable name, and then the data that it contains. So on the left hand side, you will have a particular variable name, and on the right hand side, you will be having a particular number. Okay, so classic rock gamer, I'm going extremely slow. Okay, these are the concepts that are very 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 beginner. Okay, this is a very beginner type of like data that I'm like showing it to you. Okay, so yeah, this is not a PDF. This, okay, so I will not be even explaining that particular question. Yeah, moving forward. So for here, as you are able to see, month is equals to 12. So I've named a particular variable as month. I have a particular variable as month. The second value is equals to the value, that is the data that I want month to contain. When I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to see that I'm printing 12 without even like writing. Okay, without even writing in a particular thing. Okay, so yeah, that's the particular thing that I'm conducting this entire session on YouTube so that you are able to rewind it very easily. Okay, it is Python. You do not have to use semicolons in Python. Okay, there is no semicolons in Python. So month is equals to 12, print month without even writing 12. I do not have to write here 12. Okay, I just have to write month and I am able to print 12 on the screen. So this is how variables like work. Now try this particular thing on your own later on. Okay, and then in any case, whatever term is on the left hand side is now a name for whatever value is on the right hand side. This is the basic understanding of a particular variable. लेफ्ट में जो भी है दैट विल बी द नेम फॉर राइट में जो भी है. ठीक है, राइट में जो भी है दैट विल बी योर डेटा. ओके, also like this is something that is very fascinating, like somebody is putting up 20 rupees, that's fine. If you are having any doubts, like I'm not able to see any single question in this entire chat section. Okay, if you are having some doubt, just like use that particular whatever function that was, that I'm able to see that particular question very clearly. If that particular function is available to you in the live chat, use that, in which I'm able to see the entire question very clearly. There was something blue that came up for me. Okay, so now for example, if we run this code, we'll get 3 as the output. So let's just see this particular code. So we are assigning, so we have declared a particular variable a. Okay, and it had a particular value 3, okay, assigned to it. So you have a is equals to 3 and you have a particular value a, like 3 assigned to a particular variable named as a. Now I've created another variable. I've created another variable b and then I've assigned a to it. Okay, I've created another variable b and I've assigned a to it. So what will be the value of b? So if b is equals to a and a is equals to 3, so the value of b is also 3. So when I'm like running this particular 3 lines of code, you will be able to see 3 on the output. Okay, this is what we aim. Okay, So if we don't declare the variable and try to print the output, then we'll get the following error. Okay, print x. For example, we are having print x, and we have not declared x up till now. Okay, as you are able to see, we have not like wrote okay x is equals to something, or there is nothing available to us. We just have print x. So if I'm running this particular line of code, you will be getting an error saying name error, name x not defined. Okay, this is what the Python compiler is trying to tell you, that see bro, like x does not exist. Okay, x does not exist. You have not yet declared a particular variable x. I don't know what x is. Okay, so if I'm just writing, if I'm adding a particular statement x is equals to 12, I'm then running it back again, you will be able to see that the particular error has gone, and I'm able to see 12 as my output. Okay, so this is what like the entire thing for variables is. Now, multiple assignment operator. Now sometimes you will have a particular multiple variables that you want to assign simultaneously. For example, it could be height, length, width, for a particular volume, or it could be x, y, z, that is the coordinates in a 3D area. Okay, so screen is not visible. I think the screen is visible. Is there any is it not visible for everyone, or is that a particular case with just one person? Okay, just leave it. Okay, so that's a particular it's visible. Okay, thank you everyone. It's just so many people are just writing in the live chat. Okay, so we are having height, length and width. So it is 3, 6 and 12. So these are the, so you want to calculate the volume. So volume would be height into length into width. So that will be the entire, and then you can print the volume. Now you have to write 3 lines of code just to assign the values to the variables. Okay, so you can do that in a single line of code as well. Okay, you can just write height comma length comma width is equals to 3 comma 6 comma 2. Now this will be doing the exact same thing that you have done above, just that this multiple assignment operator, this is called as a multiple assignment operator. In this you will be able to assign values. So height will be assigned to 3, 3 will be assigned to height, 3 will be assigned to height, 6 will be assigned to length, and 2 will be assigned to width, automatically. So this is how you can just write that entire 3 lines of code in a single particular line, and you will be able to print the volume, that is like 36, as you have seen above as well. Now you need to understand whatever I'm teaching to you in the next 3 days for Python. So the next 3 days will be covering Python itself. We will be going from like data types and operators. Then next tomorrow we'll be looking at control flow, and after that we'll be looking at functions in Python. So these are the only 3 topics that you need to understand the next 4 days. Okay, the next 4 days we'll be looking at deep learning, TensorFlow, and the like project that we want to do. Okay, so that's the thing that you need to understand. Okay, so that is also done. So please bear in mind that you use this assignment, multiple assignment operator, whenever you are assigning like closely related variables such as height, width, length, or coordinates such as x, y, z of an like object. So that is what is very important. Jay Goel, I have already told how you will get the attendance link. The attendance link will be shown on my screen for 30 seconds at any random point of time. Okay, so that is what I will be deciding, not you. Moving forward, because I am conducting the class, so I can decide at least that for myself. Now variable naming conventions, this is very very important. Okay, you need to know what variable naming conventions are. For those who are not here to study and just here to time pass or ask some questions, you can please leave right now. I will be having a particular 2 or 3 question answering sessions as well during the next 8 to 9 days. Okay, okay, where you all will be invited. You can ask questions to me or Parag Mittal. Parag Mittal is a co-founder at ShapeAI. He's also a software development engineer intern, summer intern at Microsoft as well. So that is a particular question answering session that will be happening very soon. So there you can ask your questions. There are some rules that you need to follow while naming a Python variable. Okay, when you are naming a particular Python variable, there are some rules that you need to follow. If you're not following that particular rules, then Python will give you a name error that it is a wrong name or something like that. Okay, first of thing is your variable name should either start with a particular alphabet or an underscore. Okay, so you can start a particular variable name, like for example Shaurya is a particular variable name, so that is an acceptable variable name. You have underscore Shaurya, that is also an acceptable variable name. But for example, if you are having 123 Shaurya, that is not a variable name that can be considered. Okay, you cannot start your variable name with a number or a special character. You can only start the variable name. The first letter of the variable name can be either an alphabet or an underscore. The second rule that you have to follow is a variable name can only contain A to Z, capital A to Z, small a to Z, 0 to 9, or an underscore. That is anything that it can contain. Okay, you cannot have some special characters like at a rate or hyphen or something like that. You can only use these special characters only, capital A to Z to small a to Z to numbers and underscore inside the variable name. You cannot have a variable name starting with a number, but yes, it can contain a number inside of it. Okay, so moving forward, you cannot start the variable name with a number. Okay, so that is also something that I've already stressed upon. You cannot use special characters in the variable name such as $sign, percentage sign, hash sign, at rate, and all those kind of stuff. Variable names are case sensitive. Okay, so for example, str, small str will be totally different from capital STR. Okay, so small str is totally different from capital STR. They are two different variables. Okay, do not use to reserve keywords as a particular variable name. For example, keywords like class, for, def, del, these are all reserved in Python. They have a particular meaning in Python. That's why you cannot use these words. Of course, you cannot know all the words that are present in Python. When you are practicing in Python, as you go along the way, you will be able to understand that is it valid or not. Okay, moving forward, these are some allowed variable names. So you can have x, y, my Python, my underscore Python, underscore my underscore Python, and all these kind of variable names are acceptable. So if you are running this particular lines of code, you will be able to see that it is running perfectly fine. You are not getting any like error or something like that. Okay, variable names that are not allowed. So for example, you cannot start with a particular number. You cannot have a particular hyphen sign inside anywhere inside a particular variable name. You cannot have at rate. You cannot have a particular space in between a particular variable name. That means my is separate and Python is separate right now. Okay, you cannot have for, because for is a reserved keyword in Python. And if you are like running this particular line of code, you will be getting syntax error, that is invalid syntax. Okay, so this is invalid syntax. Okay, for those who are here present for just attendance link, I can even decide not to give you the attendance link for any single day. Okay, if you're not interested to study, you can just leave the particular lecture right now. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so moving forward. Also, there are some naming conventions that need to be followed. Okay, for example, like try to keep the name of the variables descriptive but short. Okay, so these are some of the, like, these are naming conventions that you need to follow right now. Okay, these are something that you need to know. So the variable names should be descriptive. For example, when you are talking about input of a height of a tree, okay, so the particular variable name, appropriate variable name should be height. Okay, it should not be x, it should not be h, it should not be height of the tree. Okay, it should be just height. Okay, it should be descriptive, it should be short. Also, there are some Pythonic conventions while naming a particular variable name. For example, if you are having a particular variable name like my height or my lat or my long, just try to have a particular underscore separating the two words. Okay, try to separate words by underscore. Okay, for example, all caps. Okay, you are using all caps only in the case when you are sure that you are not going to change that particular variable anywhere in your code. Only then use all caps. Okay, it will work. My long, this entire in all caps is absolutely right. Okay, but this is not the Pythonic way. Okay, it's not the Pythonic way of writing a particular variable name. So this is, for example, here you are writing my lat. Okay, you are not just like, the right way to write this would be my underscore lat, and then starting with a small m and ending with a small l. So that would be the like Pythonic way to write the particular variable name, this variable name. The non-Pythonic way would be what was originally this. Okay, so this is what something like you that you just need to keep in the back of your mind while writing a particular code. It should be a very good like quality of the code should be very good. Okay, so try to answer. Okay, these are okay. So though the last two of these would work in Python, like I've already said, they are not the Pythonic way to name the variables. Okay, the way we name the variables is called as snake case. Okay, because we tend to connect the words with underscore. That is called as snake case. When you try to connect two words with an underscore, it is called as a snake case. Okay, so what if we want to change or update a particular value of a variable? For example, let's take a particular rent as 1700. Okay, you have 1700 as a particular rent, and for example, this month your landlord becomes like super hyped, and he says that the rent is hiked and there's nothing that you can do. You have to just like pay him 2000 rupees right now instead of 1700. So you can just update a particular variable. So the first we had initialized rent is equals to 1700, then we updated the rent to 2000. Now when we are printing the rent, it would be 2000 instead of 1700. Okay, so this is called as overwriting the variable. That is, whenever a new value is assigned to a variable, the old one is overwritten or is forgotten. Okay, the old value was forgotten or overwritten, and hence this is called as overwriting the variable. Okay, if we had used and just let me drink some water for a second. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, let's continue. Also, just let me know one more thing. If you want, I can take a session, two sessions tomorrow instead of one, so that I'm able to cover more like things as I go. Okay, so let's move forward, guys. Yeah. Okay, so for example, you had a crazy house party. Okay, you had a particular crazy house party, and your landlord finds it. You have done some vomiting and you have punched some holes in the walls, something like that. And the landlord says that, okay, like whatever the damages are, you are going to pay that. Okay, so for this particular month, you will have to pay the rent. Okay, that is 2000 plus an additional fine of 700 rupees. So that is something that we have done here. Rent is equals to rent plus 700. We have updated the rent. So when we are printing this, we will get 2700 in the output. Okay, so this is like what you can update a particular variable. You can treat it as a particular data structure as well. Okay, of course, like instead of writing rent is equals to rent plus 700, the shorthand notation would be rent plus is equals to 700. So instead of writing this, okay, I'm just commenting this particular line of code out. Okay, instead of writing this, I can also write rent is plus is equals to 700. This is same thing. Okay, these both line of code will do the exact same thing. Okay, this is just a new thing that you can like understand, that the meaning of this is rent is equals to rent plus 700. You can just write it as rent plus is equals to 700. When you are running this particular lines of code, you will get 2700 as your output. Okay, Sorry guys, I cannot do that. It cannot be in the morning. People are having their exam, like colleges in the morning. I'm having my work in the morning. Okay, so yeah, moving forward, in the line 3, rent blah blah blah, that has also been done. We can actually use this particular operator, plus is equals to operator, to tell Python that we are incrementing the value on the left by the value on the right. Okay, so try to understand this, and you can of course use minus is equals to, will also do the same thing. Okay, so it will be rent is equals to rent minus 700. Star is equals to will also be the same thing. Okay, rent is equals to rent star 2. Division equal to will also do the same thing. Okay, just this is very like this will make your code very concise and very easy to understand as well. So please try to like answer these questions as well. Try to open up the particular notebook, try to solve them. If you are not practicing coding, then there is no point of like sitting and learning coding as well. You are never going to do anything with your life related to coding if you're not practicing it. Okay, practice is the key to success in coding. So let's move forward. Integers and floats. Let's start a journey into data types. The different types of data types that are available to us. We will be looking at all these data types. I guess I have a lot of time left on my hands. Integers and floats. So far the numbers that we have dealt with were mostly whole numbers or integers. That's right, we have dealt with 2, 3, 4 and all those kind of numbers. But as you might have noticed that there are other type of numbers that do exist. Okay, so for example, dividing one number by another gives us a number that isn't an integer. In Python, we represent such a number by float. Okay, the decimal numbers are represented by float itself. Okay, so print 3 divided by 2 will give you a particular number that is just like, let's run this particular line of code. Print 3 divided by 2 will give you 1.5, which is not a number. This is called as an like float. Okay, you can just like just try to know that decimal numbers are called as floats. Okay, number with a decimal point such as 3.14 are called as floating point numbers or floats. Note that even though the value 42 is an integer, the value 42.0 will be a floating point number, as we are having decimal inside of it. Okay, and if two integers are divided, then also we get float as a particular output. For example, you are able to see here print 3 divided by 2. Both 3 and 2 are integers. Okay, but when we write 3 divided by 2, we are getting a float as an output. Okay, so that is something that you need to remember. You can check the data type of any value. For example, we are having a is equals to 3. We have put up 3. Okay, this is mandatory that we have to log in with the same email ID that we are using for registration. No, just like try to ensure that whatever the attendance that you are filling up, try to ensure that the attendance that you have filled up is of the same email ID. That will be very important. Okay, and also one more thing, just subscribe to this particular channel as well. We will be sharing all the videos will be happening on this particular channel itself. We are even planning on a 30 days workshop. Okay, that will be recorded, but 30 days coding challenge for learning Django. Okay, that is a backend framework in Python itself. That is also something that we are going to do very soon. Okay, so subscribe to the channel. Also like this particular video if you are liking the way I'm teaching. Otherwise, that's fine. Okay, so we have assigned 3 to A, and then we have assigned 2.5 to B. Okay, so when we print type of A or we print type of B, you will be able to see the data types of A and B. So for the data type of A, it is 3. And for the data type of B, it is float. Okay, for the data type of A, it is int, and for the data type of float, it is data type of B, it is float. So I'm like just fluttering a lot, so I'm so sorry for that. Okay, so an operation involving an int and a float will always give a float as an output. Okay, we can also convert one data type to another by constructing a new object of those data types in int and float. So for example, if I want to convert, okay, if I want to convert 3, which is an integer, to float, I can do that by just writing float, and then in the brackets I can write 3. I can convert a float, that is 28.9, into int. When I'm converting a float into int, whatever is present after the decimal point will be just removed, okay, it will be truncated. When we are like running this particular line of code, you will be able to see that when I converted 3, that is integer, to float, I'm getting 3.0 as my output. Okay, and when I'm converting 2.89 into integer, okay, that is I'm converting a float into integer, I'll be getting 28 as my output. That is something that is very important for you to understand. Okay, let's move forward. And another point that you need to keep in mind, so this is very important for those who already know. Okay, for those, there are many people who will be saying that this is very easy, we already know this. Okay, this is a very important point that I'm going to repeat right now. This is being asked frequently in interviews of Microsoft. It has been asked frequently in the interview of Facebook. It has also been asked in an interview of LinkedIn as well. Okay, this is a very important question to know. Another point that you need to keep in mind is that in float are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, float is not exactly 4.5. If you are having 4.5, it is not exactly 4.5. Okay, it is an approximation to that particular number. For example, this floating point number, let's take an example, 0.23. Okay, in reality it is slightly more than 0.23. Okay, so if you are having a particular float number 0.23, the actual data that has been stored would be 0.2300000001. Okay, or something like that. It is not exactly 0.23, it's an approximation. So I can even prove this to you when I'm adding a lot of 0.23. Okay, when I'm adding almost 30 0.23 together, the output should be 6.9. Okay, adding 30 0.23 together, the output should be 6.9. But when I am running this particular line of code, it will be showing me false. Okay, that the left hand side, that is adding 0.23 30 times, when I'm writing equal to, what it is doing is it is checking if the value on the left hand side is equal or not to the value on the right hand side, and it found that the value on the left hand side is not equal to the value on the right hand side, and hence we are getting false as a output. This is something that is being asked many different times in many different ways. Okay, so try to understand this is very important. Okay, moving forward, division by zero and errors. So what happens if you are dividing a particular number by zero in Python? Let's just run this particular code and see what happens. So when I'm dividing print 4 divided by 0, when I'm dividing that, you'll be able to see that Python is throwing an error to us. It is telling 0 division error, division by 0. You are able to see that at a point of time in our particular code, we have divided a particular number by 0, and this is not valid. Okay, so this is something like what should you have seen when you submitted divide by 0 code above. Traceback means what the programming was doing when it broke. Okay, so when you are like looking at this particular error, it will be right here. Okay, traceback most recent call. So this particular line after this shows where Python found the error. Okay, in which line did Python found an error? You cannot divide a particular number by 0. Try to understand that you cannot divide a particular number by 0. Okay, again I will explain. I think so many people are not able to understand what I've written above. Okay, so let's just try to understand one more time. Here, like I've said, 0.23 is a particular float value. Float value 0.23 is not exactly 0.23. It is 0.23000001. So when you're adding 30, I've added 30 0.23, the value should have been 6.9. Okay, the value should have been 6.9. Okay, but actually the value would be a little bit greater than 6.9. That's why when I'm equating the value on the left hand side with 6.9, I'm getting false. Okay, so this is a property of float. Okay, float data type have this particular property that it is an approximation and not the exact value. This is something that you need to understand right now. Okay. Also, one more thing, if you guys do not know, I am able to see like who people are disliking the video. So again, if you have disliked the video, of course you are not enjoying what I'm teaching, so I will not be providing the certificates to you guys. Just kidding, like okay, it's just your own benefit. Okay, so let's move forward. So this is the part which is usually less helpful than the last line of your code. You can dig through the list of the error and try to understand, okay, everything. So generally there are two types of errors that you have to look out. Okay, so one of them are exceptions and the second one is syntax error. So syntax error, for example, when you are writing a particular name of a particular variable and the particular variable name that you have written is not correct, okay, not following the rules that I have already told you, then that particular case it will be throwing a syntax error. So you can read about an exception and what are the errors and exceptions on the net. Okay, I have provided the link in this notebook as well. This is beyond the scope for this particular like course. Okay, but still, an exception is a problem that occurs when a code is running. Okay, when the code is running, it hit, okay, you have divided something by 0 and that is an exception that happened. Okay, division by 0 is an exception. Okay, whereas like seriously guys, like I am able to see like 4 of you like stop to, okay, just like it's your own wish. Nothing. Okay, so whereas a syntax problem is a problem when Python detects before even it runs the code. Okay, when it is just going through the code, it is like, okay, it's proofreading the entire code. It is finding that you have made some spelling mistake or you have not followed a particular rule or something. In that particular at that particular time, it will be throwing you a syntax error. Of course, you can read about errors and exceptions on this particular linked link. Okay, and you will be able to understand that. Is this okay? Okay, so moving forward, Boolean data type comparison and logical operators. This is very important to understand. Okay, please try to understand this very this is very important. Boolean is another data type that is commonly used in Python. Bool is of course short for Boolean if there is someone who is not able to understand that. Okay, so yeah, shorten, which can either have a value of true or false. So in Boolean you can only have either true or false. Boolean algebra is a branch of algebra in which the values of the variables are the truth values, that is true or false, and Boolean algebra gives us a framework on which all electronic devices are made. Okay, for those who are already in like for example colleges, they will be knowing this. Even in like 11th or 12th, I think so, you are having XOR operators or operators. You are told that the entire digital computer is made on the basis of 0 and 1 only. Okay, you can treat 1 as true value and 0 as false. So on the Boolean data type, the your entire like digital computers are working. So Boolean is very important. In every line of code inside a computer, Boolean exists. In Python, we can easily assign Boolean values like Python awesome is equals to true. Okay, I've assigned true value to Python awesome, and I've assigned documentation bad as false. Okay, so this is how you can easily assign like true and false values to different variables. We can use comparison operators to compare two values and produce a Boolean result. Okay, so for example, in if I'm comparing 3 greater than 1, okay, so is 3 greater than 1? Yes, it is greater than 1. So 3 greater than 1 will return true to me. And then I've assigned this true value. Okay, so this 3 greater than 1 will be replaced by true, TRUE. And then true is being assigned to the variable A. Okay, so this is what exactly is happening. So when I'm printing A, you will be able to see true in the output. Okay, so this is called as the Boolean. Okay, this is called as the comparison operator. Okay, so the attendance will be shown okay, the attendance will be shown on the screen at a particular point of time. So please, for those who have not yet listened to how the attendance is made, so you are mistaken. Okay, so moving forward, here 3 is greater than 1, so printing out the output gives us a boolean value to true. I've already like taught you that. Okay, so there are other operators like less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, and so many different things that are that are available. Okay, so yeah. Ooh, let's move forward. Working with Boolean has its own set of operators. So, for example, when you were working with the integers and floats, you have arithmetic operators. When you are working with Boolean values, you are having logical operators. Okay, these operators are very useful when working with Boolean and evaluates if both the sides are true, false, or something like that. So, if you are able to understand this, you have to understand that it is either true or false. This is also, I guess, covered in your 11th and 12th maths, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Okay, it was and, or, XOR, all these kind of stuff that were available. That is what you can understand, that is exactly what logical operators are. Okay, now again I'm telling you guys, if you don't know, I am able to see who is like disliking the video as well in my particular YouTube analytics, because I've taken up a premium package and I am able to see that as well. So that is one thing. Secondly, if you're not liking the video, can please leave. Okay, there is no use to just sit here and watch the video. So you can just leave, because I will not be giving you the certificates after that. So yeah, let's move forward. Rent is equals to 1200 is affordable is equals to rent greater than 1000 and rent less than 1000. Let's try to understand this. Okay, so rent greater than 1000, so you are having rent as 1200. Yes, 1200 is greater than 1000, so this entire thing that I've highlighted on the screen is true. Okay, the second thing is rent less than 2000. Okay, so is 1200 less than 2000? Yes, it is less than 2000, hence that will also return me true. And then I can do one thing, that and. Okay, what and? This logical operator, this and logical operator, what it will be doing is, if left hand side and right hand side to the and operator is true, then this entire operation will return true to you. Okay, this entire operation will return true to you, and hence is affordable would be true. This is what the entire thing is. Now my entire laptop has switched off because the charge has is over. I'll just open up the live chat on my phone right now. Just wait for a second, guys. I will just open up the chat section in my phone, so at least I'm able to see like what is happening. Okay, so yes, the attendance is not over. I will be sharing the attendance link anytime soon. Okay, that is totally dependent upon me. Also, the second thing is, for those who have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Okay, it is really it also helps us to keep us motivated to push on this amazing free boot camps and everything for you guys. Okay, thank you so much for your help and support. We really appreciate that. Okay, let's move forward, guys. Here we check the rent of the house. So I have already explained you everything. When you are printing this out, you'll be getting is affordable as true. So this is what the entire and operator is. You are having and operator, you are having not operator. For example, if I am having or operator right over here, okay, another one of the operator is or. So even if one of the particular thing on the left hand side on the right hand side is true, then this will return true to you. Okay, if rent is greater than 1000, yes, 1200 is greater than 1000, so that is true. Rent less than 2000, so yes, rent is less than 2000. Okay, so if I'm just putting it greater than 2000, then this is false. Okay, 1200 is not greater than 2000, hence this is false. So if left hand side is true and right hand side is false, then we'll be getting the OR would be returning, this entire line of code will be returning true as the output, and not, what not does is, not will just inverse, okay, it will just invert the true value. Okay, so for example, if this is returning true, not will convert it into false, and when I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to see false as the output. So for example, if I'm just removing not and then running it back again, you will be able to see true as the output. But when I'm inserting not back again, you will be able to see that what not is doing is it just inverts the bool value, that is, it inverts the boolean value from true to false. You can even see at these questions are very well made for you to understand the concept in much more detail. Please try to use the benefit of those questions, guys, because you'll be able to understand these topics in a much more deeper sense. That is very important for us to do. Now coming to the next data type, that is strings. Okay, Python has another data type in its toolkit called as strings. As the name suggests, this data type deals with the character, words and text. String is immutable order or sequence of characters. Okay, see what immutable is. I know that you will not be able to understand it right now, but soon we will be looking at what immutable is very clearly. Okay, so just try to be with me, try to just remember that this is something that Shaurya has not taught you yet, because I want to clear it out in a much more deeper sense later on. Okay, that's why I'm not telling you what immutable is, but I will be telling you very soon. Okay, so string is immutable order of sequence of characters. Okay, so ordered sequence of characters. Okay, so the characters are like S, H, A. These are characters, they are in an ordered sequence. Okay, so yeah, you can create a string by using quotes as seen here. You can use either single quotes or double quotes, both work equally well. Okay, but there are some conditions where you will be preferring one particular quote over the another while declaring your strings. We'll be looking at that very soon right now. In this example, we printed the word shape AI using single quotes and double quotes. As you are able to see, in both the cases, we were able to print both of them on the screen very clearly. There was no issues with that. Okay, moving forward, in this example we have done that. Okay, you can also assign a particular string to a variable and then just like float and int. So motto can, this entire string can be assigned to a particular variable called as motto, and then we can print motto as well. Okay, so variables are very easy to understand. When you are writing type of motto, then you will be able to see that it is returning string back to you. Okay, so the type is string. Okay, string can contain any number, symbol, space within the quotes. However, if you want to have quotes inside the string, we'll get an error. Okay, so for example, this is our particular string, but sometimes we may want to have quotes inside of quotes. Okay, for example, this is a particular dialogue. Okay, dialogue, Shiva said. Okay, you learn as you grow. You're having quotes inside of the entire, when you are initializing a particular string. Okay, you define a particular string by putting the entire data inside quotation marks. But if you are having a quotation mark inside of that as well, then what Python thinks is, okay, from here to here, this is one string. Okay, after this I don't know what you want me to do, and from here to here, this is another empty string. Okay, this is what Python understands. Now we want to clear it out. How can we handle this problem? This is a very big problem. So Python provides two ways to easily handle this problem. The first way is to always use single quotes. Okay, use single quotes for the entire bigger string. When you are initializing the string, the entire outer inverted comma should always be a single inverted commas, and then when you are using a double inverted commas within that particular entire structure, then it is totally fine. When I am running this particular line of code, you will be see that there is no error and you are able to get the output very easily. Otherwise, the second thing that you can do is you can use backslash. Okay, so for example, when you are writing Shiva, you backslash and then the apostrophe. Okay, when you are doing this, Python would understand, okay, by it will ignore the backslash. Okay, when it encounters the backslash, it will not be printing the backslash out, it will ignore the backslash. It will then the next particular, whatever the next particular element is, whether it be a single inverted comma or double inverted comma, it will understand that that is a string and not the end of the string. Okay, so when I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to see that the backslash has been ignored. Okay, the backslash has been ignored and it is considering the apostrophe as a particular string itself. Okay, so this is very important for you to know. Also, sometimes you can have a particular few operators that you can use on strings as well, just like you used it on int and float. For example, you want to concatenate two particular words, for example hello and world, you want to attach them into a particular single word, hello world. Okay, so you can do that by using the plus operator. So hello plus world and then hello plus space plus world. So in the first example, there will be no space between them, because in the strings it will be just concatenating hello and world together. Whereas in the case of the second example, hello, then there will be a particular space and then world. Okay, so this is what like how you can concatenate two particular strings right now. I'll just close the live chat once more. I will just open it up. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, that is also done. So for example, if you want to print a particular string, okay, 5 times, okay, if you want to print a particular string 5 times, you can just write word star 5. Okay, this will print the entire string 5 times. As you are able to see, it will be printing hello 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 5 times. Okay, so this is like also one of the other operators that you can do. Okay, so one thing, okay, people are very tired. Okay, 10 p.m. limit. See, I have no problem with staying up to the 10 p.m. limit, but then I have only 7 days to finish everything. I have to finish everything in 7 days. If you are okay with that, if you like want, you are having two options: either give more time or just rush through things without even understanding it. So yeah, it is all up to you. Okay, if you want to give the time, it's up to you. If you don't want to give the time for your own good, then it's up to you, man. I cannot say anything for that. Okay, so yeah. Moving forward, unlike multiplication and addition operators, other arithmetic operators like division and subtraction cannot be used. Okay, so you cannot use division or subtraction on strings. When I'm running this particular line of code, it will be showing me a particular error that unsupported operand types for string. Okay, so this is something that you need to understand, that you cannot use division or subtraction on strings. Okay, so moving forward, a useful built-in function. This is a very useful built-in function that you need to understand on strings. Okay, that is the len function. So len will give you the length of the particular string. Okay, so it will give you a particular length of a particular string. So if I'm passing shape ai into this particular len function, then it will be returning me the length of the word shape ai, that is 7. Okay, that is 7, and this is something that you need to understand. Okay, so look at the questions, guys. It is very good quality questions that you can solve. Okay, so there is still a lot that we have to cover. I think so you all are like very tired. Okay, so I think so like I think so we should cover it tomorrow. Like we will be having 2 sessions tomorrow, I guess. Like I will try to arrange 2 sessions tomorrow so that we are able to cover this entire session as well. There is so much that is very important in this, and then we will be starting with the next thing as well. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, if like I'm not able to complete it in 7 days, I will be taking 1 or 2 days more. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow I will try to take 2 sessions, one in the morning and one in the evening, or sessions in the evening after a 1 hour break or something like that. Let's figure it out. Okay, okay, so let's show you the attendance link. So I will be showing you the attendance link on my screen. right now. Okay, I hope that you are able to see the attendance link on the screen right now. Just take a screenshot of the link. It will be on the screen for 10 to 20 seconds only. Take a screenshot of the link. If someone is sending me a message, sir, the link is not working or something like that, I'm not even going to see your particular message. Okay, the link always works. You have made a particular spelling mistake. Okay, try to understand that you are making a particular spelling mistake. I do not have the time to address 3,000 people that you have made a particular mistake. Please look at the screenshot. Okay, so try to understand that I will not be entertaining any messages coming to me that the link is not working. The link always works. Take a screenshot. If you are missing the particular screenshot session, you can rewind it back, pause it, take a screenshot, go and write the particular link on the screen, on your browser, and the link will be available open up till 12 tonight. Okay, the link will be open up till 12 tonight itself. I will just like change the settings as well. Respond to edit after one submit, see charts, collect email addresses, always safe. So I've showed the link. If someone has missed the link, please rewind it back. Okay, and try to do it. Okay, I will not be sending the link in the live chat. I have shown the link. This is how we are going to do it. Okay, I do not want people just to like copy the link and then I have done the attendance. I want less people to be able to get the certificates. Okay, so you are having till up till tonight 12 midnight. Okay, okay, let's do one thing up till tomorrow morning till 6. Okay, up till tomorrow morning till 6, the entire form will be open for you to fill up your attendance. After that I will be closing it. Okay, before after 6 I will be closing. Tomorrow 6 morning I will be closing the particular link. I usually wake up at that point, so that's the thing. Let's try to complete if that particular thing is left. Let's see where we were. Type and type conversion revision. Okay, so type and type conversion revision is there as a particular topic, and then we are having string methods. Let's try to just complete at least this particular portion, type and type conversion. Okay, and then we'll be starting continuing from here. Type and type conversion. Till now we have covered 4 different data types: int, float, bool, string. As you can recall from the previous classes, Python has a built-in function called as type that returns the type of a particular object. Okay, so for example, if I'm running these all lines of code, you will be able to see the different types of code that has been there. Okay, so class int, class float, class string, class bool. So you are able to see all these thing available to you. Okay, so looking at the code example, we'll see that even though the first 3 values appear to be same, that is 75, 75.0, in inverted comma 75, these all appear to be same, but they are not. The first one is an int, the second one is a float, the third one is a string. Okay, so these are the data types that are available to you. It is to note that here we have called the function print on another function type to put the output. So this is like, just read through it. It is not very hard. So in short, if I'm trying to make you understand this, type 75, okay, type 75 will be returning, okay, a value that is class int. Okay, and we are just printing that particular return value on this screen. I will not be entertaining any messages to me saying that, sir, the link is not working or something like that. The link always works. Okay, the link always works. This is Google. Okay, they are just like एक बार हगे हर बार नहीं हगेंगे. Okay, so link always works. Okay, so moving forward, different types of properties. Okay, so all these things are very important. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is also something that is very, like, I've already discussed that as well. So in this next example, we are creating a string from the integer variable marks and use that as to create a larger string. Okay, let's just stop here. I think so. People do not want to study right now. We will be doing it tomorrow. Okay, continuing from here tomorrow, I will be posting. So please be active on the WhatsApp and on the Telegram channel. I will be posting the entire thing. I will be like, I will start from here again. Okay, I will start from 11 type and type conversion back again. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so again, like I have said, the link always works. Please do not message me, I will not even see your message. Okay, look at your spelling mistakes. Okay, the link always works, always. Okay, so I'm not going to help you in that. Okay, so let's meet tomorrow, guys. Okay, I will be posting the timings for the tomorrow's session on the Telegram channel as well as on the WhatsApp groups. So let's meet tomorrow and have a wonderful day. Okay, bye. I'll just like, I have to pause this particular this live stream as well. Okay, so oh my god. Okay, so bye guys and have a good day ahead. Okay, thank you everyone to be with me for such a long time. We will be doing it will be awesome to have you all with me for the next 7 days. Okay, thank you so much to be so patient, and of course if you're not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. There is so much that we have planned for you guys for the rest of the year. Okay, so thank you so much and have a good day ahead.